if you're going to do this full time, this one thing is a must. What's going on, y'all? Hey, so just making a delivery here, but I wanted to talk about why multi-apping is very important. I brushed on it a couple times, but if you're doing this full time or a lot of your pay comes from these apps, DoorDash, Grubhub, Shipt, Spark, you name it. If your most of your money comes from these apps, you must multi-app. You have to. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. You got to put every app you can on your phone, because if your money depends on these apps are video games. They play games. They really do. You'll have your day set. You'll have like, all right, I need 3 days to make this much money to pay this bill, and then you turn on your app and you can't log in. You've been deactivated. So do you want to put that much control for one app, to have that much control over how much money you make? I think that's why there's a lot of complaints right now about why there's no money. I only talk about DoorDash, but I started this channel talking about multi-apping. That's just normal. Everybody has to do it. You can definitely do most of your time on your primary app, which mine is DoorDash. But if you're not keeping all these other apps active, or jumping on those apps when it slows down for your main app, then you're just not making as much money as you could make. Now, there's different ways that you can multi-app, and I did talk about this, but I'm dedicating this video for this. Different ways you can multi-app. I run into people with 2 phones. You don't have to have 2 phones. You can do it all on one, but I can see why they have multiple phones, so that they don't have to switch back and forth. But they keep their apps on, and then they pause. If they get one from one app, they'll pause the other apps, okay? So that's one way. Me, I'm not that quick. I'll forget that I got another app on, and I might get an offer. It seems like the offers know when you're getting an offer from another app, you'll get one from the other one. Grubhub is good for that. If you have Grubhub and any of the other ones open at the same time, and you get one from any of the other apps, now you got a better one from Grubhub. It's one that you don't even want to turn down. So you're gonna have to like get good at juggling, I'll call it, juggling the apps. But you got to multi-app, mainly just because you don't want one app having that much power over you. It's just the same reason why you probably left your job in the first place. You wanted more control over your day. So you got to multi-app. Another thing that you can do is, same thing I do. I'll do Shipt in the morning or at the very end of my day. So that's the only thing I'm focusing on. And then I'll do DoorDash for the block that I want to do it, and that's the only thing I'm focusing on. So it's not that I'm doing multiple apps at the same time, but I am doing multiple apps throughout the day or throughout the week, because maybe there's a day where I won't even go and do DoorDash. I won't even go and do Shipt if it's popping off like that. If the money good, you stay with it. You ride it like a wave. If you scheduled yourself for one of the apps, but this app is paying really good, you don't want to rip yourself away from that money. So continue with that app. Continue where the money is at, basically. So that's what everyone has going on. They have multiple apps. You want to have at least 4, 3 to 4 for sure, 100%. Now what that will be in is up to you, what you're willing to do. As far as, you can have Upwork, you can have Shipt, you can have Spark, you can have, one of the food delivery apps. You could be dropping off people and have Lyft or Uber. And Uber, you can actually multi-app in the same app, because you can switch it over to Uber Eats and just do food. I was doing that in the beginning. So multi-apping is the way to go. I do highly recommend you learn how to do that, or at least have them on your phone. All right, it's just something that you're gonna have to do, so that way if something if they mess around, you're not missing any time, you know, because that's happened to me a few times where I thought I was about to go work. I was up, I was ready, and then I had to deal with some issue. Either the app went down, you know, glitching, or somebody lied about not getting their food, and I had to fight that. If you have multiple apps, then you just go over to the other app. While you deal with that, still continue to fix that, but just go to the other app and work that app for that day. It might not be as busy or as hot, so you might still be mad about it. But if you got enough of them, there's always another app that's hot. There's always, you know, it's not just one app at the one time that's making all the money. It fluctuates and it changes hands. Sometimes it's Uber Eats, sometimes it's DoorDash. They fight for the busiest, and they fight because they reduce the money that you're getting that brings the customers on there. That's not a good fight, but that's what they do. Grubhub is the highest paying food delivery app, the highest paying. There's even catering apps that you can look into. So I haven't started with catering apps, but I definitely want to start to look into that. That's definitely a strong possibility. You would need a lot of, you would need big bags, obviously. So you would need to look into that. They also have medical carrier apps where you are delivering stuff to and from CVS and Walgreens and all those other types of places. They are also Amazon Flex, where you can use your car, you know, and take packages back and forth. So that is something that you can totally look into, something that a lot of people are doing. It's a lot of driving in that one. Then they have where you can pick up people and take them to their doctor's appointments. I forget what that one's called. Hop, skip, jump. Something sounds like that. I don't remember what it's called. But you can pick up people from maybe their living facilities, take them to doctor's appointments, or picking up people, taking them to school. It's pretty cool. And I think that you are set up to continue to work with those same people. So that's something to look into. Then they have, what do they call it? Where you can actually have a little truck or a van and actually do like mini trucking. I don't know the term, but there's a lot of them. I just wanted to mention a few. You got a multi-app. Thank you. It's a fun one for y'all. I gotta get some crickets and some worms, some kind of worms. I'm at the pet store. Look at what I gotta get. Would y'all be scared of that?
Open up somehow and get in their car.
Right, crawl up, chew out the bag or something.
That's not going to happen unless somebody just blatantly just not tie it up for you. You know? That's the only way it could happen, but I get it.
I think that's funny. I was like, well, they got the right one today.
Yeah.
Last week I had to get a rat, and I got a snake too, so I wasn't nervous about it. So
Man.
I'm sure people are like, nope, not doing that one.
Crows and mice, they may or may not do, but the crickets though, it's a good 8 out of 10 rating.
8 out of 10. That's just what they got to do.
Yeah.
That's funny.
There you go.
All right.
You got it?
Yeah, I got it. I'm just sit this chair.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
No, you're fine. Y'all. Yep, I'm not in no rush.
Oh my gosh.
Unless you want me to move them, huh?
You got a lizard?
I'm doing DoorDash. I guess you can order crickets on DoorDash.
You playing? Oh my
Yeah,
god.
yeah.
Yeah.
Last week I picked up a mice. I was just telling them I had to get a mice. And so I was asking them, do DoorDash people come here and walk back out? Like, no, I'm not doing it. He's like, yeah, they don't want to pick them up or take them. They don't want them in the car because they think they're going to get out.
Yeah. They're alive, right? Yeah.
Not the mice. Not the mice. I don't think.
They're frozen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But they definitely feel like a mouse if you touch it. It's weird. It's really weird.
Oh yeah, real.
Yeah. Touch one. Touch it.
I'd be forgetting,
Yeah, like my bearded dragon, he eats crickets.
You got a kimono dragon?
A bearded dragon.
Oh. I was about to say, don't kimono dragon.
Yeah.
Nah, kimonos, I think they're illegal.
Yeah, you can't have the kimonos.
They kill you.
They will kill you. They'll eat you.
You still buy them?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they are. I've seen some videos of them.
I'll be really quick. I only got those.
I know somebody who has one illegally. You're not supposed to have it, but
Oh, you can get it.
it's real big. Like it has a room of its own. He don't go for real. He gotta like put the food in there. Like
He can't even touch them. He
yeah,
can't.
it's over with. Yeah. I don't know why you want that.
So he got to call somebody to get it out there when it's time for him to get it out.
Exactly.
And
That's
something,
why I said that
yeah.
was stupid. Like you should have done that.
That was
Y'all take care.
actually. What'd you say about the crickets?
It makes me itch. Those. Oh
So
my
if she was doing
God.
DoorDash, she would not be taking these things to nobody. So I mentioned Upwork earlier. I wanted to go deeper into that. Now, a lot of people have been commenting saying, oh, I don't want to do wear and tear on my car and blah, blah, blah. Excuses, man. People coming up with excuses. I understand that not every car can handle all of this wear and tear, but there's no excuse that you can't do something extra if you have a laptop. You got to have a laptop or a phone because then you can use Upwork. I don't want to come at that hard at people. Listen, I mentioned Upwork. I want to go deeper in that. There's Upwork where you don't have to drive to do extra work on the side. I don't know what you might be doing in your daily job, but it could be a lot of the same, but through the app for another person or company. Or Fiverr. Fiverr is another app. There's a lot of apps actually. I don't know a lot of them. If you're a handyman, you can go to what's it called? Angie's List. You can do that. There's handyman apps. There's so many apps right now. We're in the age of apps. There's so many apps where you can like sign up and do side work. Whether if you have a car, you can use your car for it. If you don't have a car, or if your car isn't trustworthy, you can work from home. If you have a laptop or a smartphone. If you're watching this video, you probably have a smartphone at least, or you're watching it on something. So you either have a laptop or a smartphone. So you can do certain things. You can create thumbnails for YouTubers. Get in the game and figure out what vibes with you, what works well with your skills. If you don't have any skills, you can build some skills. You can take one good day and learn how to work some of these little apps to create thumbnails and edit videos, and let's just like not use excuses, right? Let's just put excuses time out for excuses for a while. It's 2025. Let's not like just be jumping onto excuses. That's not your story, right? Don't attach your name to that excuse. Figure out, try 4 or 5 things and see if it's true. Then you can say that excuse. Like, oh, I tried this, I tried that, I tried that. Everybody say these excuses and they ain't tried nothing. You have not tried nothing. I get really heated about the excuse thing. Like, I really don't like people using excuses. You're gonna come across problems. There's plenty of solutions. Unless you just want to sit down and let us hear your problems and not do nothing about it. I'm not good at that either. So we gotta build. Things happen to all of us. We just gotta keep building and growing. If we don't have any skills, we gotta figure out how to get some skills. You can go on LinkedIn. Is a website. It's a social media business website. LinkedIn. They will train you in different categories for free, no cost. You can get different certifications on LinkedIn for no cost. All right, LinkedIn isn't the only one doing that. You can, if you want to be in the tech world, you could go and sign up for some of these websites. They'll train you in the tech world and help you get a job. I already know it's true because I did it back in 2020. I've always been in the tech industry and I was sharpening up my skills, and I can't bring up the names of some of these websites, But you just sign up for their program and they'll walk you through it's like webinars. You just go through their little webinars and do their little quizzes and tests. And guess what? They have you now certified in their system. You can move further into their programs. There's stuff out here, man. There's really a lot of stuff out here if you just start looking. Everybody has Google. You could Google something on your phone, start digging, start going down that rabbit hole and seeing what resources are out there, because we got to do something. We can't just sit here and complain about it, because for one, this isn't the era where people listen to complaining and then want to help somebody for hearing them complaining about it, because everybody has a situation. Everybody is going through some tough times right now. We're only one paycheck away from all being in a bad situation. So, and that's why I'm working so hard to kind of put some distance between that. I'm just wanting to put some distance between that, right? And if you are the type that just really don't believe in stashing some extra to the side for a rainy day, for tough times, for a rainy year, it seems like we've been on some rainy years, then you might have more to complain about than the next person that is stashing some things away. So I don't mean to I do mean to go there. I had to go there because I'm kind of, I get so intense and involved with this subject because I really want the best for everyone. I really want the best for us. And this isn't like the all-in-all solution. But while a better solution comes up, we can't just sit down and not do nothing. We got to try. So just let's put our brain together and come up with some things. I just named off some apps off the top of my head, to where if you have a phone, you could be a worker on some of these apps. You know, you can help edit things if you have skills in English or whatever the case. You can create thumbnails for people, charge them $10 per thumbnail. I taught myself how to make my own thumbnails, and as you've seen, my thumbnails are not special, nothing special to them. And but I like that. I like that minimalist thing. There's other people that might like that style, and you know, if I wanted to, I can promote that to people. I'm just trying to give examples, but I said a lot just to say, let's not use excuses. You know, let's try first and then see if those excuses stick, because there's something else over that wall. So you got to jump this first hurdle to see what the next hurdle is. If we get stuck on the first hurdle, how are we ever going to get over to the next hurdle to figure that one out? There's always going to be a hurdle. There's probably 100 of them. We got to keep jumping over them. Instead of just getting stuck at the first hurdle, you might be 50 in and able to teach the people that are still at that first hurdle. So that is just an analogy that came off the top of my head, but I hope it makes sense. And I hope you enjoy your nights. I don't know, I got a little too amped on that, so I'll see if I want to include this one. But y'all have a good night.